Our next guest is the owner of the real estate inspection company and is joining us again here on the orange carpet. Please put your hands together for Philippe Heller.
Welcome back to the show, my man. How you doing, Philippe?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good to see you. Always bringing cool technology, cool toys with you. Today we've got the Matterport scanner, which is like the new thing because this allows for real virtual tours.
Absolutely.
People have been talking about virtual tours forever. They used to be slideshows and things like that. Now you, as an inspector, as the top inspecting company in San Diego, are actually offering this, bundling it for your sellers who are doing pre-listing inspections to give them all the tools they need.
Yep.
Tell us about this thing. How does it work?
It's an amazing piece of technology, and it's rather compact if you think about it. It's operated via an iPad because you can't be in the same room when this is spinning around. But what it does, it has a lot of cameras up here, and it takes 3 different planes, downwards, straight ahead, and then up at the ceiling. And it also has some infrared sensors which actually measure the rooms. So it builds a complete floor plan that is exact. It's amazing. And so we take this camera and we move it through the house and do a bunch of scans. We upload it to the Magic servers and they stitch the pictures together, and it results in a photorealistic model of a house that you can actually tour. And it's great for listing agents because they can basically have a virtual tour 24 hours a day. And this is a true virtual tour. It's not a slideshow like you referred to.
Right. The only way you can really describe it is like a street view, like a Google Street View walkthrough of the home. You literally have points that you can click on, and then it takes you to that point. You can go and you look in the closet, and then you turn around and go back into the kitchen, walk into the garage, wherever you've put this thing. You can walk around through the house and you can see all of the elements.
And get a
very
feel
detailed
for it.
Yes. The layout.
It has a dollhouse view, which is an entire model that you can rotate and spin around, so you really get the feel for how, where's the master bedroom in relationship to the kids' rooms or the kitchen, and that's becoming more important to people. Do they want the master upstairs or downstairs? Still, pictures are great, but they don't give you that sense of feeling of how a house is laid out. This does that.
Correct. And now with a lot of people finding properties online, pretty much everybody is finding properties online somewhere.
That's where they start.
That's where they start. And also with it being a very competitive marketplace. This is one of the things that's been a real challenge for buyers, and why we see a lot of buyers who are out there actually putting in offers on properties they haven't seen yet because the market's so crazy. Well, now if you offer this opportunity as the selling agent or as the seller, that buyer now is going to be able to potentially comfortably write a higher offer because they've actually been in the place.
They bond with it. This is great for the buyers because they look at a bunch of houses, but which one do they feel connected to the most? It's going to be the one that they've toured and looked around, like you said. And why the reason it's great for the listing agent is because if a person is out there on the internet and they find the house and they look for it, they're more likely to call that agent because they want to see that house first. So it's a great way for agents to market themselves and use the Matterport as getting their listings out there. Even if the person doesn't end up buying that house, it's a way for agents to at least start the conversation with a potential buyer.
Correct. And it's also something that you're bundling with the inspection service, the pre-listing inspection, which we talked about last time as being the moment of truth, if you will, as to who's going to have the upper hand in the negotiating.
Yes.
Who pays for the inspection?
Yep.
Whoever pays for the inspection gets that upper hand.
Exactly.
They get to know all the information that is potentially negotiable. So you offer pre-listing inspection for sellers, which is a very smart idea for sellers to do. But also they can bundle this now too. So it obviously depends on the size of the home and things like that, what it would cost, but it's very affordable. It's very affordable.
It is, and because our core business is doing inspections, we're not photographers. That's not our core business. So we can add this on at a greatly reduced price, and all our prices are on our website. We're very upfront about all that stuff. So if, we do bundle it with the pre-listing inspections, and it's a great package of tools that both the listing agent and the sellers can use to move their house, sell it quickly, and for the highest amount of money.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about when you're selling. I mean,
Exactly.
those are the things you're looking for.
Yep.
So how are you going to do it? Now, in some cases, especially where I see this being insanely beneficial for home sellers, anyone who's selling in that, upper echelon, 800, let's call it 800,000 plus, right? Where you have, a lot of the buyers for these types of homes are out of state, sometimes out of country.
Yes.
And you've got this gorgeous home that pictures just don't do justice for. Well, now you can use the Matterport, you can get the full layout, the dollhouse or the floor plan view, as you called it, all in 3D, and make that available to the potential buyer who might be looking at it from China.
Correct.
And wanting to write $1 million offer.
Yes, and they will spend more time looking at your listing than they will at something with just a slideshow. So they're really bonding with that, and we create a landing page with all sorts of other information. We can include local school or HOA information if you live in a cool neighborhood, whatever content you want. Drone videos, we can add those elements into the landing page as well. And especially for like downtown condos, these high rises where you can actually experience the panoramic views from the different rooms, it's just a great way to actually get the feeling of what it's like to be in that property.
Right. And this type of technology, I'm assuming, is very expensive. I mean, it looks very expensive. It looks like a very expensive camera.
Yes.
We have expensive cameras here. This looks like a more expensive camera.
A bit more. Yeah.
So it's not practical by any means for someone to go out and buy one of these things.
Correct.
They're going, at best you could do would probably be to rent one, but then you have to figure out how to use it and all that stuff. You guys are doing all this stuff for people and bundling it together, right?
Correct. Yeah, by the time you get the iPad that goes with it and the tripod and the, all the other equipment that goes along with it, it's many thousands of dollars. It's probably like a couple of very high-end DSLR cameras in total. And so it does make sense. It's just like a photographer. As an agent, you don't want to be there taking pictures and invest in all that equipment. So it makes much more sense just to have somebody come in and do it for you.
And now do you guys, is this something that has to be done totally separate of the inspection because of the fact that, you can't have inspectors running around the house while this is going on?
Yeah, the house should be open house ready. All the laundry put away, everything great. So we can't have an inspector with all his tools out running around, or any people really, or pets. And so we do schedule them separately from the home inspection. We have an employee who this is her job. She just goes around and does the mat reports for us.
Okay,
yes.
Good. All right.
The inspectors aren't doing it.
The inspectors aren't doing
it.
No. They've got other things to worry about.
Correct.
And this thing, I imagine one day they'll probably have these things where they, like robots, just sort of
like a Roomba.
Cruise around. Yeah, like a Roomba. They'll just cruise around the house and they'll figure it out themselves.
Yeah.
They just stick it in there and close the door and say, all right, come back in a couple hours and it'll be done.
I have a Roomba. I thought about putting this on there, but it keeps slamming into the walls. I don't think it would work.
That's scary.
Well.
Yeah, you don't want to do that with that expensive camera there. But it does produce an amazing output. I mean, the definition of this is incredible.
Yes.
I mean, it's high def, obviously. It might be 4K or something, I don't know. But you can see extreme details, and you get to zoom in. I mean, if you want to zoom in on a light fixture, if you want to zoom in on, a doorknob.
Yes,
you can
fixtures,
do that.
hardware, appliances, if you want to see the brand name of the appliance. We also have something else called Matter tags, which are like little pins that you would see on Google Maps. And we can mark certain items throughout the house if it's a good selling point. For example, if there's heated floors under the bathroom tile, or a central sound system. We can put these pins in, so as somebody is strolling through the house in the model and they see one of these pins floating by, they can click on it and get a lot more detail about that item. It could be a restaurant quality stove, or surround sound, or any number of things, a central alarm system. That's a really, really cool feature to highlight items inside the house.
Yeah, makes it very real.
Yeah.
Because we're used to like seeing them on, line and the list. Here's all the things you get.
No one reads that.
This huge list. And by the time you get halfway through it, you've forgotten most of the stuff already. I think that's a much more practical way for people to remember it. Seeing is believing. We're in a visual world. People want to see stuff. They want videos. This isn't video, though. This is like something totally different than that. It's not video. It's like three-dimensional pictures. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, and you walk through similar to a video game, like a first-person video game, where you're actually controlling the movement. Now, we can set up a virtual tour where you can just sit back and watch, and we pick kind of the pattern through the house. But I'll also give you a teaser about what's coming. Because of the measurement sensors in here, it measures everything. You will be able to, in the next few months, be able to look at a wall, let's say the space above a fireplace, or a little nook, and you want to know, will my furniture or my TV fit in that exact spot? And you'll be able to draw a line and get the exact measurements, height or width of any particular spot in the house.
That's incredible.
That's going to be amazing.
Just incredible stuff. Philippe, thank you so much for coming today, man. Really
Anytime.
Appreciate it. Stick around for more Smarter San Diego TV, where we guarantee to make you smarter than everyone else, commercial free.